At the end, I said, thus far, fair enough, but we needed to do more. 17 years after, Signature Television is giving me that rare opportunity, that rare privilege again, to review Nigeria at 65. That is 70 years after I had reviewed it before. I want to thank Signature Television like I thanked the FRCN. It is well. You know, at 65, if you are a parent and their son or daughter hits 65 years, you will not see that child, as a child anymore. You see him as of ripe age, if not very ripe age. And what does that mean? Those of us who read the Bible says, when I was a child, I thought like a child. But now that I'm a man, I think differently. So at 65, from the year 1960, all Nigerians who are the children of Nigeria will say that our parent is of ripe age. And our parents should no longer be thinking as a child. He should be thinking as a man. The difference in those thought cycles is very clear. And that is where we are. How far, Niger? That is a popular thing in urban radio. How far, Niger? It's an entertainment, but the question is, how far have we gone? What did we expect? Where were we hoping we were going? What was our roadmap? How far have we gone at 65? Let us make any mistake about it. Nigeria, our country, our fatherland, has made tremendous progress since independence. Very tremendous. For example, by 1960 and the years that followed, we had only the first black and white television station in Nigeria. That was WNBS, Western Nigeria Television and Broadcasting Service. It was like a wonderful thing. Then several years later, an ENTV, Channel 50 followed, and so on. That was colored. I don't know whether you can count how many televisions, including the Signature Television. Isn't it wonderful? So we have a lot to be grateful to God. This is our God whom we don't see, but who is everywhere. He's doing wonderful things. And that's why I started by saying that is God, because I'm going to say more later. So let's take the journey. The man we are holding this discussion with is 22 years older than Nigeria. You must be wondering how come, what is this man talking about? I'm 22 years older than Nigeria, because I was 22 years when Nigeria became independent. A colleague of mine who was doing an analysis was even thinking, oh, we should have started our celebration birthday from 1914 when Nigeria was born. I reminded him, I said, no, you are wrong, my friend. Our birthday remains October 1, 1960, because between 1914 and 1960, we didn't have Nigeria. What we have are British amalgamated states. And between 1914 and 1959, anytime we came together, we didn't sing Nigeria, we held it. We sang God bless our gracious queen or king. We had a Union Jack. We didn't have a green, white, green for which Nigeria is known. So nobody should try to bring that confusion. Our birth date is first. So I'm going to start from there. Before then, I was a schoolboy. I went to school, primary school, secondary school, all under the colonial. I went into a university in Nigeria. Before then, we had the highest institution of learning in the whole country was a place called University College of London, situated in a country in Nigeria, in a town in Nigeria called Ibadan. It was not the University of Ibadan. For many young boys and young girls, they think that there has always been a University of Ibadan. What we had was University College London. And their degree was BA London, BSc London, PhD London, not Ibadan. Ibadan was a later development when Nigeria became independent. And when one of our leaders at that time, the Right Honorable Nnamdi Azikiwe, decided in the eastern region that they were going to establish their own autonomous university called University, named the University of Nigeria. That was the first indigenous full-fledged university in the country. So as we are celebrating our 65th year, I think that University of Nigeria should also celebrate. But our problem now, how far Nigeria? How far University of Nigeria? How far our educational system? How far our transportation system? How far our governance system? Which brings me, the first 6 years of our independence remains the highlights, the highest standards that our country ever hoped to reach. When, after several meetings in Nigeria and in London, because we were married, we were enslaved by a colonial master called the United Kingdom. Perhaps if we were colonized by the French, we would be speaking French. But the mother tongue became, for Nigeria, became English because we were conquered by the English, who came with their own pattern of government and brought us up, first of all, making us learn how to do it for them before allowing us to do it for ourselves. This little background is very important to our young people, and to them, to address them, there is a type of euphoria, probably because of advancement, that takes us off our feet, and we don't even start to say, we start to shout, hey, make all type of, hey, you hear it every day without anybody stopping to say, what are we shouting about? How true is it? So, those 6 years, 1960 to 66, were the best. Politically, we were alert. We were Zik of Africa. Socially, our culture was all over the Federation and the whole world. Where performers get into the plane to go to UK and sell our ideas, and Nigeria was riding high. Economically, we were one of the best. And we had remarkable landmarks in Nigeria to show that. We were running a parliamentary system of government and a regional federal government which gave every part of our country, howbeit it humongous in their organization, the opportunity look, this is your own. Everything here belongs to you. Use it to develop yourself, so that you don't feel like nobody is handling like the British handled you. And the British that were leaving us, there were discussions which we call constitutional conference, and they agreed that that was the best for a country like Nigeria, which has multifaceted religion, multifaceted culture, multifaceted ethnic groupings. And they thought that when you group these people and they are their own masters, they cannot turn to blame anybody for their own failures. What did it create? It created healthy competition. And so, in the Western region, cocoa, at that time you find cocoa farms all over the place, and they made a mark of it. And to record it, at that time, we had a tall building planted somewhere in Ibadan as the headquarters of the West at that time, with Lagos as capital of Nigeria. We had a cocoa house, the tallest building in the whole country at that time. Evidence of we have arrived. We are using our own resources to develop ourselves. And you leave the West and come to the East. Enugu. Nnamdi Azikiwe taught. Because he went to university in America, he was educated in America, and he learned a lot. And he came here. And he saw how the colonial masters are using us as slaves in what we can do for ourselves. That's when the agitation for independence started. It didn't come easy. Many of our people went to prison. Autocratic. I am your master. You do what I tell you. That was then.